everybody who's coming in. You know what I'm saying? This is Ramon, this is Slow Wealth, and this is our channel where we kind of just talk about real estate, anything that just can attribute to wealth. And today we got our first guest, today, Mr. Ronald Jones. You know what
How
I'm saying?
y'all doing?
What's going on, Ron? Hey man, you
What's
look like you down there in the coast, you know what I'm saying?
I am, man. I'm in the Keys.
Hey, bro, I didn't you.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm feeling that, man. It's nice here too, but you know what I'm saying? It look a little better where you at.
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, we know we're on a time schedule, so we're gonna get right into it, bro.
Okay.
Right into it. So, hey, man, for everybody that's watching this, just tell everybody, who you are, like where you from, and what it is that you do.
Yeah, man. My name is Ronald Jones, 30 years young. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, and Missouri. I live in the
Oh
KC
yeah,
area.
hey, they
Yeah.
know about the KCK, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm from Kansas City all the way around, man. Raised in one, born in the other. You know the vibes.
Yo,
Yeah, yeah, man, that's me. So just kind of just living, man, and I own my own little business now. So, making things happen, man, definitely changing my life based off the last year. So I'm ready to get into that story soon.
man, so yeah, so the title I'm putting is Forex trading. So, a lot of people they either probably heard of it or they never heard of it.
Right.
Most people heard of trading stocks. So
Yeah.
what you do is you trade Forex, right? So
Yeah.
just kind of give us a little brief description of what is that Forex trading and you know what
Yeah.
is that and what's
So
the difference between that and stocks.
right. Okay. So foreign currency exchange is exchanging currencies. Stocks will be exchanging like a partial part in like a company. So I can trade technically Apple and stuff like that if I wanted to in Forex, still can, but the percentages are different in stocks. Like I can trade Tesla at 50 cents to a dollar. If you trade Tesla on stock options, you would start out at 25, 50, maybe $200 type deal. So Forex is anything that deals with currency. Stocks is anything that deals with stocks, such as, 500 companies, et cetera, Walmart, etc. I deal with anything that's a type of currency, rupees, rand, dollar, et cetera. So yeah, the foreign currency is all about any type of currency there is, and that's what I trade.
Okay, all right. So
Yes, sir.
like you know, uh, so all right, so basically, so if I'm a new person and I'm like, all right, I know I can, go on Robinhood, right, and I can buy Amazon, right, if I can
Mhm.
afford it, because it's like 3,000 or something a share.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got the big money, but like you know, if a new person has never done that, is it kind of easy to start doing forex exchange trading?
Yeah, Forex is actually not as hard as people understand. It's the lack of knowledge, right? So that's
Okay.
one reason why I named my company Knowledge is Currency, because if you know it and you can learn it, it's easier than college. It's actually cheaper than college too.
Mm,
Because what it is just lost information. Those Wall Street boys, they got bigger money. They don't tell it to us common folk. So once you get knowledge of how to exchange currencies, all you gotta do is master three currencies. You can master three currencies, it can literally change your whole life around. So it's just about knowledge.
okay. All right, man. You seem like you got the knowledge too. You know what I'm saying? He like this day, this three. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I am teaching it, so I
Hey
try to have
man.
knowledge.
So how long have you been doing the forex trading?
I've been trading for about a year and a half, about 75,000 up now. So yeah, so mostly I went through an academy, try to learn through the academy with 600, 700 people, trying to do Q&As. It was super hard because try to be in a room of 700 people and ask a question.
Right.
It's the hardest thing in the world. But if you stay consistent, that's what really taught me how to get going.
Okay. So you trying to say in 2020 during COVID, where everybody was getting hit, people was losing their job, they getting laid off. Uh, I mean, people were just really going through it. Are you
Yeah.
trying to say that you was still making money?
Yeah. So a quick story, I'm gonna give it to you quick.
Hey,
Is
give
I
it
was one of
to
those
us, bro.
people who got hit by COVID, man. I tore my Achilles in December. Okay, COVID hit in January.
Wow.
So I couldn't walk. Via March is when I lost my job because when I couldn't work, I couldn't walk. It started snowing really bad, so I couldn't do that. My wife was paying my bills. I couldn't figure it out. And I told my wife, I said, I have to find something that's going to make this thing work for me. I have to figure it out. And it has to happen now. And Forex, you can make money just like this. And obviously, you know, it sounds too good to be true. At this point, I needed something to be true right now, right?
Right.
So, you know, I felt to my knees, talk to the Most High, man. I gave this thing 3 to 5 hours a day, and I just studied and I studied, and I lost money and I lost money. And then it clicked. And once it clicked, it went a couple $100, $50, a couple thousand, tens of thousands. And then it started becoming, oh, I got it, you know? So yeah, man, I just put that work in. It's all about work. That's why I say
Man,
knowledge is currency.
man, you
Knowledge
ain't
is
never,
currency.
hey, you ain't never lying. People, you know, that's the thing I be trying to get people to help them understand is that, you know, in this day of time, you know, everybody's looking for a way to make some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because they're going through so much stuff, but the money is going to come if you get the knowledge. So,
yeah,
so a lot of
definitely.
people are going out here putting money in the stock market and all this place, and they don't know about it. So they
Yeah,
lose the money, and then what happens when you lose money is you lose interest, and then you go off and do something else.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
man, I love that, bro. I really love that. So,
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, tell people like how has you trading forex exchange like how has that helped you?
One, man, I haven't had a job in almost 2 years now. So
Hold up,
because
hold
of this
up,
thing here, man, this
hold up,
is
hold up,
this is
hold
why
up,
we're in
hold
the
up.
keys
All right,
right
hey,
now.
hey, hold up. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. Hold up. So you saying you don't work for nobody?
No, sir.
You work completely for yourself,
Completely for myself.
and what you do is trade forex,
Trade Forex. Yes, sir.
and that gives you your income to live apparently pretty good because I can see the ocean behind you. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
to put this in perspective. So okay, but
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. So it's so now. Does your wife work too, or is she
Yeah,
doing?
my wife works. She's about to open up a boutique. Yeah, we never stop, man. We're not stopping until we got 7 zeros. You know.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Different.
yeah. Come on, man. Hey, man, that's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Dang.
man.
Okay. So all right. So basically, so you working for yourself. So
Yes, sir.
was it kind of hard for you to kind of jump out there and be like, well, I know you said you lost your job and you had your Achilles torn, so
Yeah.
I guess you was pretty much, if you think about it, you like I'm already at the bottom, so ain't nowhere else to
Exactly.
come up from here, right? So
Exactly. Yeah. I'll be really transparent with you, man. Like it sucks in the beginning because you lose a lot of money because you're doing trial and error. And that's why I say it's all about who your mentorship is, right? I didn't find my mentor until later after I lost thousands of dollars trying to learn this thing. But it was worth everything because nothing easy is what you want, right? Things have to be hard for you to learn. You know, you have to feel that that stove is hot to understand that ain't something you should be touching, you know?
all right.
So, you
I like
know,
that analogy. I like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I like
So
it.
that's kind of what it was. It was a growth process. This Forex thing isn't for the weak. It can change your life. Like I said, I make about, you know, last year I made 45. Now I make somewhere around 60. I'm not rich. I am time free. That's the difference, right?
All right,
So
now
I'm
look,
time
I'm
free.
glad you say that. So
Yes, sir.
explain that to people that's listening because, like you said, some people might say, well, you know, I already got a job making
Right.
50,000 a year, or I already got a job making 60,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
you're making that and you like, but I don't have no boss.
Yeah.
Maybe
Um,
that, you know what I mean? Like how do you kind of explain the difference between what you're doing and what you make versus somebody who is making that same amount of money on the work on the job?
yeah, I paid I paid a lot of money to learn about some mentorship. And one thing I learned from a guy who's a millionaire, he said, learn how to get time and money. Learn how to get time. Time is more valuable than money, but you need money to have the time you want. So if you can figure out how to make these two exist together, it's peanut butter and jelly, right?
Mhm.
So I figured out what can I do to earn my time for free and make more to where I can live life for free, right? Where I can still pay for vacations, have my rent and everything taken care of, and my car note taken care of, right? So I figured out a system to be able to do that to allow me to live time free. So I spend about 7 hours a week to make 60,000 a year. So about 21 hours I dedicate to a business and a month, you know, to live full time and do whatever I want with my family. So
So hold up.
yeah,
So okay, so you say you spend about 7 hours a week So that's 28 hours a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's just round it to 30.
Okay.
That's 360 hours a year.
Yep.
Most people making 60,000 a year, you working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month.
Yeah.
We don't do the math on how much that is a year. That's that's a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot. That's
Exactly.
over 16, 2,000 hours a year. So
Yeah.
you basically figured out, like you said, how to manage your time and still make the money and still have more
Exactly.
time for your family and to do vacations and do what you want.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Man, that's dope. That's dope.
Thank you,
I want.
man.
I'm asking you that because I want to put that in perspective. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand this. They think that working a 9 to 5 is that's life. Like that's how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. And there's
Right.
so much out here that you could be doing. And how, like, all right, so, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. So,
Okay.
would you say Forex is trading Forex is something that's easy to learn? Like, if I never traded a stock, if I never bought a stock, could you teach me to do it?
Yeah, honestly, I say that. I don't want to sound salesy, but it's all about the right mentorship. I promise you, man. Because when I say I sucked for 7 months, it's because they didn't mentor me in the right area. You know, when I teach my students now, I got about 3 students who've already made 5 figures way faster than I did. All right, and they haven't even been on a year yet. All right. So what happens is I skip a lot of the BS. You have to skip the BS and get straight to the meat. All right, you got to get straight to the meat. All
Right
right.
to it.
So that's kind of what we get into is if you can just apply yourself, you don't have to apply yourself more than 7 hours a week. You can actually do less than 7 hours a week. All right. If you can just apply yourself in your part time, you can start making an extra couple grand, doing this thing. You can start making an extra couple hundred and building compounding wealth that way. So it's just how a person looks at it. It's very easy. It's just, you have to be consistent and willing to be open to learn.
Okay. So how many people do you like? How many students do you got right now?
Right now I'm at 55.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hold on, does that include me? Because I'm officially one
that
of
is
the students.
that is
Yeah.
including you. 55, yes, sir.
Man, so I guess it's safe to say that you must know what you're doing. That you got
Yes, sir.
55 people
Yes,
that's
sir.
paying for your mentorship.
Correct. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to stay humble though, but yeah,
Hey,
man,
hey,
because
listen, hey, when you know. Hey, look, hey, hold up, go like this again. Come on, man. Hey, this
you
man
were
got the rollie over here. You,
yeah. I'm
you
gonna switch
know,
gears on you, man. You
man, look,
stupid,
I ain't
bro.
mad at you, bro. Look, hey, you know
No,
what?
yeah, man.
It's real though, cause we always talk about real estate, and I always feel like
Yeah,
that's the best wealth builder in my opinion, but
yeah,
it's not the only one. You know what I mean? And so
yeah,
I always want to kind of talk about that because there's so many ways to make money out here, stocks,
yeah,
forex. So like on average,
yeah.
how much money would you say you make on average a day, and in how much time?
So this is gonna be the scariest part, right? It's never consistent, but it can go crazy. So I can tell you the most I made in one day. I'll tell you the fastest. I made about 3,500 in 3 minutes. All right. And that's high frequency Forex, right? So in about 3 minutes, I made somebody's monthly salary doing that.
Okay,
But
okay.
but yeah, if you're teaching, like if we're doing slower Forex, which takes a couple hours,
Mm.
right? You just really input. It doesn't take a lot. I made, some pretty good money there. I made a couple thousand doing that, a couple hundred doing that. But on a regular for me, I need to see at least 500 to 600 a day or a trade session in just high frequency. And then Forex probably another 600 to 700. Just depends on the week.
Man, you making money. You like, man, I need to make at least 500, 600 a day. There's some people make
Yeah.
that a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
dope. So, all right, like real quick because I know we kind of talked about the difference between the stocks and the forex exchange, and then you mentioned high currency or high frequency forex.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what are some of the ways? Because I know forex exchange is like basically you're trading currencies, right?
Yeah.
So you're trading what the dollar between the yen or the
Yes, sir.
like. Kind of tell us a little bit about how does that work, and then what are the ways of trading forex, like you talked about high frequency and all of that stuff.
Okay. So I'll start with high frequency because that's the one I teach the most. Because what I learned in my journey is I was a student first before I was ever a teacher, and I've been on both sides. Most people want to make money right now, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like Forex, you have to learn. It takes like a month and some change. Then you'll start making money somewhere around your second or third month if you're actually trying to learn it and not just copy and paste.
Uh-huh.
So there's that. High frequency is a student will get started Friday, and then by Tuesday they'll be start making money, right? It's a lot faster with high frequency because you're trading 1 to 5 minutes. And then all you got to do is be right for it to trend up or to trend down for the next 1 to 5 minutes,
Uh-huh.
right? So I teach a system that shows you how to be able to know where it's going to go, where it's going to end, where it should finish, where it shouldn't finish. And that's how you can make money really fast. Forex a little bit longer. Forex, you have to be right in the next 6 to 8 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
So, or overall, sometimes we'll do a trade for a week. You'll hold a trade for a week, and it can turn out really well. You can make a couple $100, couple thousand, again, depends on what your income is, right? So if you have enough currency, then you can make a lot more. But I like to talk regular numbers because you never know. You know what I mean? I got hired clients that's doing $10,000, $20,000 accounts, $100,000 accounts. Then yeah, you can make, the sky's the limit.
Right.
But with the dollar and the yen, how that works when you're trading currencies, how that works is, let's say the United States dollar is at a 56% right now. Well, the Japanese yen would be somewhere around, let's say, a 32, right? And that's why it would get the more sell value. That's why you would say, hey, if I'm going the USD versus the JPY, which would be the United States dollar versus the Japanese yen, I would be more willing to buy the dollar than buy the yen. So what I would do is I would buy that currency, right? And that currency would go ahead and rise because it's a higher, amount.
Uh-huh.
The dollar's a lot higher. So that's why I would be able to see it to go like this. And what they do is they take that and put that in a chart form, and they put it to where, one, it looks very crazy, but they put it in a chart form to where you can understand it. You can read the numbers, and based off of where it goes and where it has been in the last week or the last couple of hours, you can know where it should go based off of what the market is giving out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It can be a little confusing, but
Yes, sir.
hey,
Yes,
but
sir.
this is something that I'm assuming you teach people when you
Oh,
talk about
yeah.
when they do
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, so they have a better
Yes, sir.
grasp of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll break that down.
He said, I'll break all that down. Well, hey,
Yeah.
man, so like, all right, so with your mentorship, like what is it that you will teach people? So like if they're just new coming in, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. How do you kind of get them to the point where, like you said, where they start making money and they have an understanding of what they're doing?
Yeah. So 90% of my program, I do teach both. I will teach a person both if they want. I always interview a person first. I say, hey, how do you want to make money? Do you want to make money overall? Where's your goals with this thing? Obviously, we don't want to go crazy and say, I want to be 7 figures off front. That's not the thing. But, what I say here is, what do you want to do? Right. So what I teach is, trend lines, order blocks, fair value gap, stuff that you're not going to understand. Right. But I teach institutionalized, like the banks. I teach like that. Shoot,
Mm.
I spent almost $36,000 learning this thing, right? So yeah, but it
Yeah,
paid
yeah, you
off.
invested now. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely am. Because again, knowledge is currency, man. I'll never stop saying that. Knowledge is so much a currency, man. Because there's, you go to YouTube Academy, right? And if it
Uh-huh.
Forex was that easy, everybody get on YouTube, learn it, and boom, you can make money. But why do people think it's like fake or a pyramid scheme? It's because you go to YouTube Academy, you put those numbers in it, it don't work out, and you go, what the heck is going on?
All right.
So I teach people a system that helped me get to 5 figures, and I break down that system over and over, right? So obviously I got 3 packages, right? The monthly fee is optional. You don't have to do a monthly fee, right? But the first one is I break down the basics. It's kind of, do you think you can trade Forex, right? The first month, I'll walk you through how to trade high frequency Forex, how to actually do this, what you would do with the trends, understanding what's happening, two personal mentorship, one-on-one calls where I go over that. And I break everything down for you, and I give you my box system that I use to help me get to where I am now, right? And that's over the 30 days, right? And that one's only 200 to run through the basic, right? So it's just 200 up front, nothing extra. If you want to continue mentorship, Then it's like, 150 a month after that, right? If you want to continue mentorship. So technically it would be like a discount in a sense, right? So then you got the $600 package, which is more personal mentorship of a concierge style. I'll teach you more institution that I really use to help me get to 5 figures. So if you look at the 600 and you take that I made, well, overall I made 60. When I originally started this, I made 45, right? So you take away $600 from 45, I gave you a $39,000 discount. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is
When you look
different,
at it like
right?
that,
Because
yeah, you know.
yeah. Because what I do is, some of these courses online is they try to give you enough to keep you. See, I don't give you enough to keep you. I give you everything that I did and I show you this is how you do it. This is how you make money. And I personally mentor you that whole time through. So if you look at $600, you go, man, if you think $600 is a lot, Forex probably isn't for you anyway, because $600 is barely a good account to start off with, right? Now, given you can start off lower and etc. But you want to start off with at least 500. If you want to start really seeing some return. And then I got my $1,500 account, which is that one is a lot more details. Got everything else included. I give you signals. I personally trade with you. I run you through your account on some different type things. So that one is for my higher up clients, who want the bigger accounts, the 5, 10,000s. And that one's a bigger drill down, and more hands on, as in me pretty much making sure you don't lose a trade. So yeah, I really get into the gritty. A lot of people like that basic package at that 200 because they want to figure out, can I do Forex, right? The 600 is for the person who goes, I know I can do it. I just need you to make sure you dumb it down for me, right? Because you just give it to me straight. This is a potato. Show me how to make mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? Just walk me through. Yeah. So yeah, man, I give people everything, man. A lot of these courses that I was paying for originally, man, you got to start out at $5,000 for the first 2 months. So yeah, and the monthly fee is like $235. So yeah, I was paying, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but you pay for the experience. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
I
pay
did.
for the knowledge, you
Yeah.
pay for the experience that you know is gonna make you more money.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So once you fall in love with it, I trade Forex now like it's a video game. I love it, man. It's addictive. It's addictive. So shoot, I was trading on vacation.
Once you make that first little change, you like, ooh, let me do it again. Let me do
Man,
it.
I've got excited at $3. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, that's all
So
it takes.
yeah, seriously, man. Winning is everything. So it feels really good. So
Good. That's what's
definitely.
good.
Yes,
So, all
sir.
right. So what you think makes you different than other people that we probably can go on YouTube, like you said, there's hundreds of people that's trading forex talking about, hey, I can make you 10,000 a week, and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
how do you do things different?
I think I'm more a realer, man. I think I'm a realist. I'm not saying I can guarantee you high 5 figures, 6 figures. I only made 2 5-figure people out of my 55 clients. No one's been in a year yet, but what I tell you is I'm very real with it. I will break it down to you. I will show you how you can win. I'll let you know, hey man, this might be your lane right here. You might only bring in an extra $12,000, but that's a second job for some people. You see what I'm saying? So for
Yeah.
people who need extra income, or for the people who can sell, this is what I give. Right? I don't cap with you. I don't pretend to say I can do this and that. No, I show you how to make money guaranteed. That's what I definitely do. But
Okay.
it's how much that you want to make and how much discipline you're willing to go. I can show you how to make a second job type money, right? I can show a person how to make anywhere from $12 an hour for 40 hours, a week,
Mhm.
all the way to 30 to 60 an hour, right? Based off of how you learn. That's what I can, say me, right? I break it down to a science and I help a person get to their goals as best as they can. So the worst I can do is help a person at least make Burger King money.
Hey,
So
ain't nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. We ain't knocking you, what I'm saying, if you work at Burger King. We all don't work there.
yeah.
When we was younger. But so I mean, so do you think it's unreasonable for somebody to say, hey, I want to at least make 100, 150, a day, whether that takes a half an hour, an hour? Is that
Yeah.
unreasonable to do?
That's actually very reasonable, actually. For most of my people in my smaller account, the lowest I tell them to make, right, is, you got to at least make 200 a week. So 150, is very doable. You just have to be disciplined. People make money. Like I had one guy, my first student, his first week, he made $800, right? He was like, he's very excited. I was like, okay, bro, what did you do? He was just like, you know, I tripled down on one because I was confident. Like, it's your first week. You probably don't need to be doing that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's discipline, man. It's going to be discipline. If you can stay disciplined, I have a compound plan that literally breaks it down from, let's say, 500 to 60K. And all you got to do is follow this compound plan and do what it says. So it'll tell you, hey, of course you want to make 150 days. That's not our goal. We do longevity. See, I trade for the year. People trade for the month or the
Mm,
week. I don't do that. I trade for the year.
okay.
So I look for December type deal, right? So by December, it says we should be somewhere at 48 to 60,000, right? So
Mhm.
for me to get you there, it'll say, hey, you start off with your $250 account, right? It says you need to make 27 today, right? 32 the next day, 52 this day, right? And it'll break it down onto how you keep getting to these numbers. And when you get to that 65, 70 trades, you should be at that, you know, 65 or excuse me, not 60, 60,000, 48,000 range, right? Based off of you breaking down the compound plan and following the discipline, right? So I don't do a week to week type thing. I do a year to year type thing, right? So I try to find out how I can get a person a type of financial freedom in a sense, right? Without yanking a chain.
Damn, real. That sounds good. So you tell us, hey, I can start you off with $250, and if you discipline and you listen to me, I can get you to 60,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds kind of crazy, but if you listen to the market, it'll tell you what to do. Like I promise you, you'll see like the lines go down and it'll kind of like leave a long price action wick and it'll flat line here. It's kind of letting you know like, hey, the sellers are no longer in control. We're about to buy. And it'll do it again and say, hey, I tapped you on the shoulder. I'm no longer selling, I'm buying. So if you're disciplined enough to remember what I taught you, you'll go, oh, that's the double tap. Boom, let's go ahead and buy. And that's it. You made your $50, $60 like I told you today in like 3 to 6 minutes, you're done for the day. Go ahead and close your laptop, go back and live your life. That's how simple it can be, you know, and then you just keep adding zeros. You know what I mean? You got to see it. A lot of people aren't used to being able to have this type of freedom. A lot of people aren't used to being entrepreneurs, so they're scared. So you have to have a mental, you have to grow. You got to read. You got to allow yourself to believe this can happen. You know, people hear, dang, you can make 6,000 in a year. Yeah, that's not guaranteed for everybody. Yeah, I sucked for 7 months. Shoot, I probably made only like 4 grand in 7 months. I sucked for so long. And then after that 7 months, boom, you know, the 40 came. It was like holy cow. You know, once you get a hang of it, it's riding that bike, you take the training wheels off. So yeah, man.
Man, that's crazy. So yeah, you know what? I like hearing that, man. Because like you said, when you go that long of just losing money, but you learning, so
Yeah.
now you can teach people everything that you learned over this last, we say year and a half, 2, 3 years that you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Yeah.
you ain't got to go through what I went through.
At all. Yeah.
You ain't got to
I
lose
trial
that
and error
money.
for you.
I can show you now how to make, what I'm saying, whatever your goal is, we can look, boom, I'm gonna give it to you like this.
Yes, sir.
That's what I like.
Yes,
That's what I
sir.
like. So like,
Yeah, man.
what advice would you give someone who might be watching this who's like, look, I don't want to quit my job. I'm a little scared, I don't know how the economy is going, but I eventually want to quit, because I think that's the
Yeah.
goal for everybody. We want to have the autonomy to spend more time with our family, if that's taking trips or doing whatever.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like if you have to go to work and you have to put in a day to request off to spend time with your family, and you
Yeah.
don't even know if it's gonna get approved. If
Mm-hmm.
if it bothers you to do that, then you got to make a change.
Yeah, definitely. And I tell people all the time, I recommend don't quit your job, okay, until you got this thing all the way down. That's the first thing. I still got a student who makes what I make, right? He's a journeyman. So he makes, 50, 60 an hour. He makes good money, right? The
Uh,
only thing is, he's now making also good money on the side too, right?
uh,
So I'll give you kind of a pinch, right? The reason you go, this dude's a journeyman, he's making almost 90 grand, right?
uh,
And they go, well, why would a person be doing this then? Well, he wants his time. He wants time freedom. It's all about, we're getting older. I'm in my 30s now for the first time, right? I'm about to be 31 this year. I
hey,
know,
hey,
right?
they're wrong with the 30s, bro.
I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it because
For
I'm
sure, for
learning
sure.
so much. I'm willing to learn more. But what happened because of it, man, is now I'm realizing, man, I just want to live. We weren't put on this earth to work. I just want to live. How do I do that? Well, the world teaches us from day one, since we come out the womb, work for someone. No one ever told you, when you was born in that hospital, hey, try to own one of these. They told you go be a doctor. They already told you to go work. Doctors make good money. They never said the owner of the hospital makes good money. They never told you that, right? So you were taught your whole life to be a worker. So once I got out of that bubble, I go, okay, how do I do it? Okay, so one, you got to make 2 times what your rent in your life is, right? So originally, for me to live free, before I live where I live now, I won't be trying to flex or nothing, but before where I live now, I needed to make above 28,000. That's how much my expenses was with food and etc. And then I needed to have an extra 1,000, right? So I needed to make 3,500 a month consistently, right? All right, and that was before where I live now. But so all you got to do is figure out where your expenses is and make more than that. And when you can do that and have it on a consistent term, then you start looking at, hey, maybe I can get away from my job or just go part-time. See, for some people, that's why I said I'm very realistic. For some people, Forex is only going to help you work part-time. And for you to work only part-time for the rest of your life is better than full-time, right? So for some people, if you're only making an extra 20,000 a year, all right, let's say you were making 60,000 full-time, but if you go to part-time, you make 40, but you make an extra 20 here, you just gain back, half of your life back. You know what I mean? So the time that you had, you went from 40 hours or 50 hours a week only to 20 hours a week, right? You went from Monday through Friday to Monday to Wednesday. You see what I'm saying? So that is different. You work 3 days and you got, the other 4 for yourself. That's totally different because now you're earning so much time. So I think that is what I say for people who think about quitting their job. Make sure you're doubling or tripling what you make monthly. And obviously have a good savings, and buy cryptos.
Hey. Oh, you do cryptocurrency too, right?
Yeah, I teach cryptocurrency as well. I teach people how to do portfolios, how to invest into, slow money. So even for some people, I do that. Say they just want to go, I just only want to learn how to do crypto portfolio. That one's only like $75 up front. There's no monthly fee again, right? I'll teach you how to break down a portfolio. I'll teach you where to look for. I'll tell you how to look for new certain currencies you want to find it, where to find it, newsletters, and boom, man, we'll start your portfolio. One of my guys who actually is part of my class, he doesn't even trade Forex as much or HFX as much. He does the portfolios as much. And he makes a lot more in his portfolios flipping that than he does in HFX and, Forex. Once you learn your niche, it'll become you. You just have to figure out who you are in this thing. When you figure it out, you'll know that's who you is, So, yeah.
Man, that's dope. You got your hand in everything, bro. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Got to, man.
I'm the
If it got a
one-stop
chart,
shop.
I
I
learned
teach
it.
you wherever you need to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, that's dope. So, all right. So, a couple questions, then we're gonna let it wrap up. So,
Okay.
everybody getting that stimulus check.
Yes, sir.
That STEMI, aka STEMI, they call it. So, what
Yes,
advice
sir.
would you give for people who getting that stimulus check?
I say, man, if you're gonna just enjoy it and spend it, at least take 600 out and invest it into some currencies, man. Just invest it into yourself at some point. Even if I would say, look, just buy a Tesla. Take 600 out and just put it in Tesla. Something, man. Do something to where you can take the government's money and help it make you make money. If you can do that, you're the smartest person in the world. They're giving you an extra 12, 1400. Mine ain't hit yet. I don't know what they give you. Okay. But whatever they give you, okay, take at least 600 of it. All right. And invest it into something that can make you money. If you don't know anything about it, buy a stock then, buy a marijuana spot. It's people be like, you want to find a new hottest thing. You don't have to find a new hottest thing. Warren Buffett's still buying home improvement, stuff like that. Like, he's buying companies that's guaranteed to win. I'll give you guys a clutch one. He said he's buying things that only are doing AIs and above, right? Artificial intelligence, because that's what's growing. Everything's going online. So go find you a stock or go find you a crypto or something that's dealing with AIs, invest in it, throw 600 in, don't look back for another year. Go back, look in a year, and you might be up. You know what? 7, 8 grand. You just took this free money that the government gave you, and in a year's time, you quadrupled it. Because what? You took the government money and made some money? That's the best thing in the world.
That's what they do with our money anyway.
Yeah. That's definitely what they do with your money.
They making money off of everything. So why not
everything? Yeah, man, definitely.
So all right, man, last question. What does wealth mean to you? And how do you think Forex trading can help get people to that?
Dang, man, that's awesome. So I joined this thing for wealth. That's literally it. It was lucrative, fast money. And for me, wealth is just another way that I can live my life how the Most High seen it to be. This is how I'm supposed to be living, right? I'm supposed to
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to do what I want. So wealth means to me a key to give me access to live life how the Most High had it for me to have, right? So I was never supposed to be a worker. So I just need wealth or a currency to exchange so I can get my life how I want it, right? So wealth is just gonna give me time freedom. That's what wealth is for me, time freedom, right? So it's not something I love. I don't love money. I just want my life, right? So give me Forex. Forex gives me time, right? It also gives me money. And if I can take those two and combine it, I make a beautiful cake, and it's called freedom.
Hey, man, let me get a
So
slice.
yeah, so we take the shackles they gave us and we turn them into gold, baby.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking
Yes,
about, man.
sir.
Hey man, I appreciate you, dude. Like for real, you being our first guest, but I knew it was gonna be dope because I knew you had a lot of information that to kind of put out there because I think a lot of people just kind of lost and we just looking for a way. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? And
Yes,
just to
sir.
show that you have another way for people to make income to get them out of
Yeah.
the fight, or supplement that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that. That's dope. So, hey, man, just kind of give everybody your information, like how they can reach you, social media, email, and all of that before we go ahead and get up out of
Yes,
here.
most definitely. Social media is Ronniedreamz with a Z, Ronniedreamz, Ronniedreamz on Instagram. That's the best platform to really, get me on. If you want to get me on Facebook, it's like really old family photos, etc. But I do have Facebook. It is Ronald Travel Jones with a Z, so Jonez. I'll also respond to you on there. I'm working on a business page. It's crazy because my clients and stuff just happen so fast that I didn't even get to over LLC, etc. So that's where I say you would catch me at it. Just hit me on social media. I'll get back to you and I'll break down everything for you.
Man, that's dope, man. We're gonna have that in the description when we post it too, so
Yes,
people
sir.
know how to get a hold of you, man. Hopefully, we can increase your customer base, and you can just kind of, man, teach a lot of these people, man, because that's what we
Yes,
need.
sir.
Hey, man,
Enlightenment is
Ryan,
key, man.
hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Enjoy the weather down there. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I'm a
Yes,
little
sir.
jealous, but hey, we're gonna holler at you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, all love, brother. See you, man.
Yes, sir. I'll let you, bro.
All right, peace.
Yes, sir.